Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to go through lesson 3.8 constructions with polygons, and I'm going to start off by talking just about equilateral triangles. So this is going to be construct an equilateral triangle first. First, I want to talk about some basic construction tips. So here are some construction tips for a geometric construction. So the first tip, and hopefully the most intuitive, is we will use a straight edge to draw lines or segments or rays, depending on what you need for the problem. Then we can also use a compass, right? We started looking at a compass to almost measure length. So we can use a compass to measure length, or even sometimes, as we saw, that could be used to measure angles. That's all part of it. All right. The other important tip is we can sometimes create, or sometimes it can be helpful to create approximations or estimates of intersections first. And, sometimes these aren't even necessarily intersections. Sometimes we're just creating approximations or estimates first. So maybe instead of intersections, approximations or intersections and or intersections. Depends kind of. You can kind of create approximations, rough guesses of what you are going to be constructing. Okay. Am I screen sharing the right way? Let's see. I think so. We'll see. First things first, I want to talk about an equilateral triangle. What is an equilateral triangle? And remember that equilateral triangles or any equilateral polygon, all sides are equal length. So sides have equal length. In a triangle, this also means that it is equiangular. In a triangle and only a triangle, if it is equiangular, all angles are 60 degrees because the angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So let's look at an example constructing an equilateral triangle. And I need to undo that. So this is the problem here, and it is screen sharing correctly. Use a compass and straight edge to construct an equilateral triangle in which YZ is one side. Your final answer should be exactly 3 blue line segments, including the one already drawn. So here is our line segment, and my goal is to essentially copy this to create an equilateral triangle. So how might we do this? First, I am going to measure this segment by using my compass. I will click and put my center at one of the points. I'm going to do point Y and then extend my radius to the other. So now I've measured this segment. Now I can use my compass to essentially create an approximate third vertex. So thinking about what the equilateral triangle looks like, maybe my third vertex is right here, somewhere right in here. Now I am going to move my compass, and remember, you always pick your compass up by the center, so I will pick my compass up by the center point, which is currently at Y, and I will move it over to that opposite point on the segment, point Z. And now I can draw an intersecting arc creating kind of an approximation for this vertex, which now you'll notice I have an actual intersection point here, which can be used to draw a segment from Y to that intersection point, and then from that intersection point to Z, or from Z to that intersection point. And now all three sides here are congruent, they are the same length, and this is an equilateral triangle. Let's look at another one. We are going to use a compass and straight edge to construct, and this looks very similar to the last one. There we go. I wanted a different looking triangle. Use a compass and straight edge to construct an equilateral triangle in which segment KL is one side. Your final answer should be exactly 3 blue line segments, including the one already drawn. So just like before, if I want this segment KL to be the same length for all 3 sides, I need to first measure this segment. So I will select my compass tool, and then I will select one of my points as the center, and then I will set the radius or the width of the compass as the other point. So click and drag to essentially measure this segment. And now in the last example, I kind of went up top to just create my approximate vertex. I could have also gone down below, right? I could have gone on either side. So maybe this time I'm gonna draw, I think this third vertex in the equilateral triangle is gonna hit somewhere over here, somewhere. Now, I am going to move, and I feel like I did a little bit extra. I didn't need to. I'm going to move my compass to the other point. Remember, you move it by the center. So my center is currently at K. I will move it to L. And then I will draw an intersecting arc with the arc I already have drawn. And this will be my third vertex of the triangle. So I'll use the segment tool to construct a segment from K to that intersection point, and from that intersection point to L. And do remember, y'all, important tips on delta math. If you move your compass by this outside point, you are changing the radius of the compass. So that's a big commitment. So please make sure if you are just trying to move your compass, you move it by the center. And then this is very much like you got to click and drag, just like you would have to click and drag or push your pencil down and drag it across your paper. All right, let me move this off and submit. All right, I'm going to go to the next video now, which is constructing a square. So please go to that video now.